Let's take a look at this question. So a ball is projected vertically upwards with a velocity of 20 meters per second. Calculate the height attained 4 seconds after projection. Okay, I think there should be g equals to 10 meter per second squared. Okay, all right. So taking a look at this question, a ball is projected vertically upwards with a velocity of 20 meters per second. Now, the what we have to take note here is this. We have to take note of this vertically upward. We have to take note of it because this is a question that relates to acceleration due to motion under gravity. Yes, motion under gravity. So whereby an object is thrown vertically upward, or an object is dropped from from a height. Now let's just give a quickly a look at how this question can be answered, whereby when you understand the question and what are the things to take note of. Now, when they say a body is vertically upward, and if it is a question on motion under gravity, so when they say that, it means that the body, the objects, or whatever is let's call it the body is what is decelerating. The body is decelerating. That's what it means. When the body is thrown upward, vertically upward, it means that the body is decelerating. And when such a body is decelerating, it means that the acceleration due to gravity is negative. So that means that it will be it will be minus 10 meter per second squared, as the case may be. If you are giving it as a 9.8 meter per second squared, it will be it will be minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, so in this scenario again, so this is the first thing we have to take note. The body is such a body is decelerating. Another point is the acceleration due to gravity will be negative. Okay, another thing we should also look at is the final velocity of such body. The final velocity of such body is 0. For a body that is decelerating, the final velocity v will be 0. And lastly, the initial velocity u will be given to us. Will be given. So it will be given to us in the question. So that's for a body that is thrown vertically upward. Now for a body that is dropped downward, or dropped from a height. For a body that is dropped downward, which means the body is dropped from a height. So such a body is just the opposite of what we have here. Such a body is accelerating. Such a body is accelerating, and the point 2 is acceleration due to gravity is positive. Is positive. That is, it will be plus 10 meter per second square. Okay, so in this scenario, point 3, the final velocity v will be v, which will be given to us. Or if it is not given, depending on how the question is, we have to look for it. Just like this one also, if it is not given, there are some parameters that will be given to us that will enable us to look for the initial velocity for this, and the final velocity for this. Then the point 4 is what? Initial velocity u is 0. Okay, so if we put this, note all this, if we put it at the back of our mind, solving a question like this won't be an issue. Solving a question and like this and any subsequent one won't be an issue. So let's follow the guideline that we have here and see whether we'll be able to solve this question. So let's go. All right, so let's put down all the parameters. So a ball is projected vertically upward with a velocity of 20 meters per second. So since the body is projected vertically upward, it means that what? The body is what? Is decelerating. And the reason why it is decelerating is what? The body is opposing gravity. Gravity is coming, is downward. Then a body that is thrown upward is what? Is opposing it. So that's why it is what? It is decelerating. So such a body is decelerating. Okay, so then acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity, our g will be what? Is negative. So which means our g given here will be what? Minus 10 meter per second squared. Okay, and the velocity given to us. The velocity given to us is what? Is the initial velocity from this question. So our u is what? 20 meter per second. Then our v, our final velocity, is what? Will be 0. And we have our time, which is what? 4 seconds. And we are now asked to find the height, which can be distance, or okay, let's say height. So our height is what? Is what we want to look for. Okay, so taking a look at this is also a replica of equation of linear motion. We will be using the equations of linear motion, but in this scenario now, instead of using ordinary a, we'll be using the g, which will be representing our acceleration due to gravity. So for the equations of motion, of linear motion, you can check my previous video. The link is in the description, so you can click it and see the equations of linear motion when a body is not under gravity. So for an equation under gravity, so we have the parameters. We have the acceleration due to gravity to be minus 10 meters per second squared, the initial velocity to be 20 meters per second, our v, which is our final velocity, is 0, our time is 4 seconds. Then we are asked to calculate for the height. Okay, so if we are going to be using the equations of motion, okay, since we want to calculate for the height, so we can say what? Height, or we can say s, or we say height, which is distance, equals to what? So which of them are we going to use? So we can say is we can use, okay, let's say we'll be using ut plus half gt squared. Okay, we can use this, and we can also use s or h equals to what? U squared plus what? U oh, sorry, it's not written this way. Or we can use v squared equals to u squared plus what? 2gs or 2gh, as the case may be. Okay, so you can use any of these formula, because looking at what we have here, our velocity, we have it, our final velocity, we have it here, our initial velocity, which is this, our gravity, which is this, and our s, which is what we want to look for. So we just make what? S the subject of the formula, and we are good to go. So please take note of this. And if you take note of this, then solving a question like this won't be an issue. Okay, so let me take it down so that we'll be able to continue with what we have. Okay, so from here, so we can use any of these. So let me go with this. So which is so our S or our H equals to what? UT. Our U is what? 20. So we are saying 20 times our time. Our time given there is what? Is 4. So times 4, okay? Plus 1/2 times our gravity, which is what? Minus 10, because the body is what? Thrown vertically upward. So it will be minus 10 times our t, which is what? 4. So which will be what? 4 squared. Okay, so our h will now be 20 times 4, that's 80. Okay, then minus times plus times minus, that's minus. So we can divide this. So this will give us 5. So 4 square is what? 4 square is 16. 5 times 16 is what? Is 80. So our height is what? 80 minus 80, that's 0 meter. So the answer to it is what? Is 0 meter. So what does this imply? It means that what? The body, when thrown vertically upward, also what? Also what? Comes back. It comes what? It comes down, upward, downward. So the height, so it means it doesn't have any height. So the body is what? Is still it still come down to what? To where it is what? Original position. So this is how you solve a question that relates to something like this. Please don't forget what when it is thrown vertically upward, what are the parameters you need, and when it is dropped from a height, what are the parameters you need. So if you remember this, then success is ours. Thank you so much.